Hey y'all, my name's Larry. I'm with Under the Bridge Flies, and I'm going to tie one of these fluoro pink pheasant tails. Everybody's been asking about these and what materials are being used. We're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to actually add some legs to one of these on this video. So I tied one up a little bit ago, and they actually look pretty good with those purple legs, I think. But you can do it either way, with or without the legs. So Daiichi 1130, size 14, with the gold bead. It's a scud hook, scud caddis hook. So you can use the Daiichi's 1130s. You can use number 135, and the Dairiki's Mustad. I don't know. They got scud hooks too, though. Anyway, we're going to start this thread right behind the eye, and we're just going to work it down. Get down a ways, cut off your tag end. And this is a Fire Orange 8.0 unithread that we're using. And we're just going to wind this all the way down, and I'm going to keep going and keep going. Then we're going to slowly come back up, and when you come back up, make sure that you're wrap next to wrap next to wrap. You want a good solid wrap right there so you don't see no hook coming through. Anyway, you're going to get up close to the top of your bend there and throw in some pheasant tail. Your pheasant tail, about 8 fibers is plenty. You don't need that many if you're tying them on a smaller hook, but a size 14, about 8 fibers is perfect. You don't want a really bunch of fibers, because then you won't be able to see the crystal flash. It'll the pheasant tail will just overpower the crystal flash, and you won't be able to see it. Anyway, give us some good tight wraps right there, about 4 or 5 wraps, and then throw a couple in front, and it should hold that tail up for you just like that. All right, next thing we're going to do is put in a piece of crystal flash, and I'm using a purple hairline crystal flash. You could also, if you have the Mirage from Flashaboo, it has some really good purple in it. You can use it, or just pretty much anything, but you want that flash, and this crystal flash hairline's really good stuff anyway. So all right, so we got our crystal flash in. Now we're going to run our leg up we're going to run our thread up to about halfway on the hook, so we can put some legs down in here. And we're using silly legs, of course. We're using the Speckle Flake purple and blue, and some pretty legs, ain't it? Anyway, we're just going to grab a piece, and this one's, I could probably get 2 legs out of this, so I'll probably cut this in half, because be real close, so we're not going to go ahead and take any chances on that. We'll just go ahead and put this whole thing in. Anyway, go up under with your leg, grab a hold of it, bring your thread over the top, and once you get to the side right there, just capture that. Just like that. Real easy, huh? Now we're going to grab another leg, and we don't want that long of one, but we want to be able to work with it. But you still want to get as many out of them as you can. I know that. No sense in wasting a bunch of material. And we're going to, same thing. Just see how I grabbed a hold of that, and I'm just pulling it towards it, and I got that leg sitting right on this side where I want it, and I'm just going to tie that in. Now I'm going to run and make me a little thread base right here in the center, and then we're going to grab a hold of those legs right there and pull them forward and wrap around a couple times, just to get them to push out a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing on the front too. Now, it's really kind of important about this base right there in the middle, because if you do not put that there, when you wrap your pheasant through it, it's going to make these legs squeeze up. I mean, and then they're just going to be hanging like that in front and back. So you want that little base to give so your pheasant tail has a place to sit. Now just start wrapping your pheasant tail and keep it away from these legs. I know, pain in the butt, right? And we're going to go around the back side here, make sure we get it all covered. So, and then we're going to bring it right through the middle there. And keep going up front. And one more time around. I missed one or two there. I know it's tough to see when I'm doing this, but go ahead and capture your pheasant tail without capturing the legs, preferably. All right. Now, when you're capturing this pheasant tail, if you look, as I pull that, see how that pheasant tail is winding that way? Because I'm giving a little tugs. That's actually tightening this whole thing down real tight. I mean, see, you can see how tight that is now. It didn't matter how loose it was, but run a couple of strips around it and then just start kind of pulling it a little bit tighter each time, but do not break your thread or the legs off. I made one of these videos a minute ago, and I was doing this with these legs, trying to get them in place, and I broke the damn things off. All right, so we're going to counter wrap the crystal flash. Anytime you're using a wire over something like a pheasant tail or biots or anything, you really want to counter wrap this yarn, Chanel, whatever, if you can. I mean, it locks it all in place for you. So now you see I got this one being stubborn, so, but we want to get that crystal flash right in the middle there so you can see it real good. And then we're just going to go ahead and capture that. All right, grab those legs and move them back out of the way. There we go. Snip off that extra crystal flash there. Now the dubbing we're using is an ice dub by Hairline, and I'm using UV purple and UV red. When you mix this together, you want to, whatever amount of red you pull out first, do half purple. If you don't, the purple will overpower the red and you won't be able to see the red at all. But if you do half, it turns out to be pretty doggone nice. And so, and I put this on, I mean, I really get it on there good and tight too. So you can, you know, I guess, and then I want to tighten that down to get that squeezed up behind that bead. That's going to force all that into that bead right there for me. And then we're going to throw us a whip finish on this thing. Now, if you're not doing the legs, you can just wrap that pheasant tail forward, counter wrap your crystal flash, throw this dubbing on, and you're done. I mean, these are really, really quick ties. This is a great fly for beginners to mess with. A lot of reasons. One, it catches fish. I can tell you that for sure. I caught every one of my fish yesterday on one of these. I put it on a size 8 caddis hook from Dairiki here. That I had some of them laying around here. So, but yeah, I put it on that hook, and I did it without the bead on it though. But I did everything else, no legs, no bead, and man, them fish just love that thing. So, but anyway, here it is. It's all done. Your leggy pheasant tail, fluoro pheasant tail, I'm sorry. And those legs probably could be a little bit lower, but that's all right. If they work, they work. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the video. You can get all the stuff to tie these at www.underthebridgeflies.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm glad y'all watching my Facebook. I appreciate it. Follow me on YouTube, Under the Bridge Flies, and we will do some more videos later on. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day and have a happy and safe New Year.